Welcome to ShyScent773. Thank you so much for checking out my content. For those checking out my video for the first time, I just want to say welcome in. Thank you so much for viewing the video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, I would definitely appreciate that. For those that have been subscribed the whole time, I just want to say thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Your comments, your likes, everything that you've done so far is going such a long way with my channel. So today's video is a video that is a tag that's on wedding fragrances. So I have 7 different topics that I'm going to talk about within these 7 different wedding fragrance scenarios. The first wedding scenario is going to be island weddings. So an island wedding is something that I would consider wearing something kind of on the tropical side. So I would probably imagine being on a sandy beach, having palm trees around. There's a view of some body of water, whether it's an ocean or something like that. But the first fragrance that I want to talk about is Coco Moon, and that's from Beach Giza. So Coco Moon is this beautiful coconut-based fragrance. It has, I smell coconut, I smell the sweetness of pineapple in here. There's definitely some sort of woody vibe. Gosh, this is really good. I'm thinking that there's also some florals in here. There's probably also some vanilla as well. But this is gorgeous and perfect for the beach, for that beach island setting. This fragrance lasts about a good 10 hours. You can probably spray 3 sprays and it projects like crazy. And the sillage is ridiculous. Again, that is Coco Moon from Beach Giza. The other fragrance that I want to talk about is from Rirana. And this also falls in the line with that island type fragrance. And that is Cherry on Top. And this is such a beautiful bottle. But what you're going to get is you're going to get a cherry-based fragrance, which I love fruit fragrances. But this is a cherry kind of suntan lotion-y type of fragrance that lasts over 10 hours. This is so gorgeous on skin. You kind of get this, it's cherry, but then there's a little bit of this kind of wiry type smell. But then after, I'd say like a good 10 to 15 minutes, that wiriness goes away. And then you're getting that suntan lotion-y type of smell. But it's more on the luxury side. So this fragrance is so gorgeous. But again, that's Rirana's Cherry on Top. The next fragrance type that I want to talk about, or wedding type that I want to talk about, is a spring garden type of wedding. So when I think about a spring garden wedding, I think about all of the flowers all around. I think about being, again, outside, but you're getting more of that 70-ish type of weather. So it's a beautiful time. There's like a breeze in the air. And what better than to wear a floral type fragrance? The floral type fragrance that I would personally wear is from Amoroud, and that's White Hinoki. So White Hinoki is one of my favorite fragrances in my collection. It is one so unique. It is very beautiful. You are getting this. So for me, even though I know it has notes of like whiskey, it has this Hinoki Wood note, it also has a lot of florals as well. I believe there's jasmine in here, but it's not the indolic type of jasmine. But there is, no, I take that back. There is some sort of fruity floral. So maybe it's tuberose. That, gosh, that smells so good. But that Hinoki Wood note is what really makes this fragrance so unique. It's a wood that I've never smelled in a fragrance. So on my skin, I get this great woody vibe. And then as the fragrance progresses, I get a lot of different florals that I smell. I thought it was more of a jasmine note, but I believe that it could be tuberose. But this fragrance lasts about a good 12 hours on my skin. As soon as it hits your clothes, it goes into the next day. So if I spray this on my chest and then I'm wearing my clothes, I can smell this on my clothes the next day. This fragrance is such a gorgeous fragrance. If you've never tried it before, I would say it's a try before you buy. But this one, again, is from Amoroud, and that is White Hinoki. This fragrance that I want to talk about is for a prince. So a prince and a princess are getting married. So I would imagine being in some sort of beautiful hall. There's lots of different food that's all out. You have so many guests that are around. The fragrance that I was thinking of was from Arabian Oud, and that's Arabian Nights. What a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. You are getting this sexy, it's almost like this sexy, musky fragrance. So if you've ever smelled Hachivat from Nishane, it is almost like Hachivat a bit, but I think Hachivat has a bit more of this Guaiac Wood smell to it, where this one doesn't. So it kind of takes that away from it, and you just get this beautiful, juicy, almost bergamot type of smell. So it's such a beautiful citrus smell. I believe there's actually citron in this fragrance. So that citron note is so beautiful in this fragrance. But again, if you've never checked this out, this is on Arabian Oud's site, and this is Arabian Night. The next fragrance that I want to talk about is for the winter time. So a wintertime wedding, I would assume, would be inside, whether it's, again, it could be at a hall, or it could be at a church or something like that. But you want something that's going to actually last throughout that cold weather. And the fragrance that I chose for that is going to be Pegasus Exclusif. And this is from Parfums de Marly. So Pegasus Exclusif is the second title to the original Pegasus fragrance. This fragrance is so refined and beautiful. So when I first smelled the original Pegasus, I fell in love immediately. And then when I smelled this one, I was kind of taken back because of how it smells. So when I say refined, this is a little bit darker, it's a little bit richer. Pegasus itself is more projecting, where this sits a little bit closer to the skin. So this is a beautiful, sexy fragrance. If you're wearing a tuxedo, if you're wearing a suit, I would probably say that this is a mixture of Layton from Parfums de Marly and Pegasus mixed together. Maybe a little bit of Layton Exclusif, but it is a very strong, beautiful fragrance that still has that almond and heliotrope note. Again, this is Pegasus Exclusif. The next fragrance that I want to talk about is for a traditional type of wedding. So in a traditional type of wedding, I would assume you are in a church. that is pretty large. Then it's separated with pews. You have yourself going down the middle aisle, and as the groom, I would be standing there waiting for my bride to walk down the aisle. I want something that's going to make her follow me all the way down the aisle. And the fragrance that I chose is none other than Irish Leather from Memo Paris. This fragrance is so beautiful to me. It has this gorgeous leather. It's like a green leathery note. So if you've ever smelled green Irish tweed before, this is Memo Paris's version of green Irish tweed, but I feel that it's a bit more refined. This has a gorgeous sweetness in the note as well. I believe that sweetness is tonka. Yeah, that's tonka bean for sure. But you get this very smooth leather that is gorgeous. In a suit or tuxedo, I guarantee you she's gonna follow you. She's gonna be smiling. She's gonna smell that trail going up, leading to you. Again, Irish Leather from Memo Paris. The next fragrance that I want to talk about is a modern type of wedding. So this one was a little bit difficult to me, not necessarily in choosing the fragrance, but really understanding possibly what a modern wedding would be. So my take on a modern wedding is something that is maybe done in a different way. Where a modern wedding would not necessarily be done in a church, but it would be done somewhere else, possibly a hall, possibly, you know, maybe outside, something like that. But the fragrance that I chose for that is Chris Collins' Don Sauvage. So Don Sauvage is this beautiful, it's like a minty plum fragrance that is so beautiful. That plum in this fragrance is so juicy. It smells so sexy to me. This is probably one of the sexiest fragrances that I have in my collection, and I think that this would be perfect. So when she smells you in your tuxedo with this fragrance on, I guarantee you that night she's gonna be telling you that she absolutely loved the way you smelled. And I'm hoping that this fragrance definitely gets you the notoriety that you should be getting, especially looking as good as you will in that tuxedo or that suit. Again, that is Don Sauvage from Chris Collins. The last fragrance that I want to talk about is a fragrance that is unique or more on the hipster side. So my take on a hipster type of wedding would be wearing like the normal tuxedo or suit, but then also wearing some chucks to keep it, you know, kind of cool, kind of hipstery. So the fragrance that I chose was Breath of God, and that's from Lush. Breath of God is this very beautiful, dark, woody, smoky fragrance that has citrus notes in it. So it starts off very dark, woody, and smoky, and then as you get towards the middle of it, you start to get these notes of lemon, and then it almost has like this Guaiac Wood type of vibe. As it continues to go on, then that smokiness goes away and you get more of that citrus note, and then that lemon kind of pushes the fragrance on to the last parts of the fragrance. So you're getting a good, I get about a good 12 to 15 hours with this fragrance, and once it's sitting closer to your skin, you're getting that lemony, it's almost like a lemon wood type of vibe. But this is so gorgeous of a fragrance. I believe that they have smaller versions of this bottle. This is 100 ml and this one is somewhere around the $1.99 mark, but you can also get a 30 ml, which would last you a long time, because I would say somewhere around 2 to 3 sprays gets me throughout a whole day, and I'm almost choking people out. So just be very careful with the sprays, but this is Breath of God, and that is from Guerrilla Parfums, which is at Lush. So thank you so much again for checking out my video. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for the tag. Again, please check out the other people that are doing the tags. I will try to link their information below. If their information is not linked, they will also have the same title as well. Please check them out. Again, thank you so much. Have a blessed day and take care.